Well, viewers, up next we're tracking another breaking development with respect to the RSS chief Mohan Bhagwat. In fact, the first picture of RSS chief Mohan Bhagwat having met His Holiness the 14th Dalai Lama as well. This particular visuals of the two leaders, in fact, having met is the first pictures that are actually coming out where RSS chief Mohan Bhagwat has met His Holiness the 14th Dalai Lama, and several pictures where in fact the both had a long meeting. They had several discussions, and we can see the RSS chief Mohan Bhagwat giving His Holiness a token of his appreciation as well when the two had in fact met. And we have seen the two of them having met, which is the RSS chief, in fact, who has now gone and met with His Holiness, the 14th Dalai Lama. And we are being told several issues, in fact, that had been discussed by Mohan Bhagwat along with His Holiness Dalai Lama as well, when the two had a long meeting, and the visuals of the same we are showing on our screens. And for more details of this particular meeting, let me go across to our senior executive editor, Abhishek Kapoor, who's joining us on the broadcast. Abhishek, these meeting visuals that we're getting between the RSS chief Mohan Bhagwat and His Holiness the 14th Dalai Lama, what exactly was the meeting all about? What was the discussion that took place between the two?
Well, what we are saying is, what we are being told is that this is a courtesy call made by RSS chief Mohan Bhagwat to the Dalai Lama. Remember the context of China, and in that context, it becomes important. It's a strong message that India continues to engage with the Dalai Lama at the topmost level. I mean, we have seen how whenever some big events happens, the government of India is represented by somebody at the ministerial level. And if RSS chief, who happens to be the ideological head of RSS, I mean of the ruling dispensation, the mothership of the ruling BJP, the RSS, I think it's a strong message to the Chinese that India really owns up Dalai Lama, and there is no question of soft peddling our engagement with the Honorable Dalai Lama. So I think it's a strong message there going to the Chinese with this courtesy call that has been made by RSS chief Mohan Bhagwat to the Dalai Lama in Dharamshala. Remember, RSS chief has been visiting Himachal Pradesh for the last couple of days, and by taking time out and paying his respects, meeting the spiritual leader, I think the RSS also is sending a message to the establishment that there should be no soft peddling whatsoever in terms of our engagements with the Dalai Lama and the larger Tibetan community in exile, as it fights its rights to get back its rights in Tibet, which essentially was encroached and ultimately taken over by the Chinese.
Well, yes, thank you, Abhishek, for joining us on this broadcast and breaking down details of that meeting between the RSS chief Mohan Bhagwat and His Holiness the 14th Dalai Lama. For the moment, thank you.